Hey, it's Master Lean, and one of my most viewed videos on my channel, the most viewed video on my channel is explaining the difficulty modes in Postal 2. A dear friend of mine saw that video and was like, Marcy, why don't you make one for 302 Termina? Because you really love that game? Then I was like, I do love me some Termina. So, in this video, I shall explain the difficulty modes in 302 Termina. I will be using my own knowledge / experience playing the game's wiki, the no commentary archive video on the difficulty modes, and watching other people's playthroughs as resources for this video. Also, I am aware that Miro posted a video called testing out the new options, and in that video you can see the Terror et Starvation mode. I won't be talking about it because it would be speculation. But wait, before we begin, I have to give a massive shout out to Kuma for making the avatar used for this thumbnail. I love how Marina is tired of the moon god's crap. Her expression is just perfect. Kuma captured it so well. Also, I love how it captures the experience of playing Termina on the different difficulty modes. Like on easier mode, it's just Marina's normal self versus her bloody skull representing Masox-S mode. Of course, 300 mode is in the middle. So please check them out and support them. Their links are in the description. For real, they make great art and I'm grateful I get to work with them. They do make the naughty stuff. You have been warned. Go support Kuma now! With all that said, let's begin! By the way, if I do miss something, please let me know. I am not perfect, and even in my Postal video, I got some comments that taught me new things I didn't know. Okay, for real, let's go! Easy. Mode. Easier mode, as the name suggests, makes the game, well, easier. You're not invincible, and you can die really quickly. However, in my opinion, the changes in this mode makes your experience with Termina pretty chill. You get a lot of breathing room in this mode, and honestly, this game became my comfort game instantly thanks to this mode. Okay, enough of me using my torch skill. What does this mode offer? You get additional starting items. This is pretty nice because resources are super precious. Having some additional ones from the get-go makes the early game a little less stressful. Also, the wiki only mentions more starting items if the character history is skipped, which is true, but this also applies if you choose to do the character history as well. You get 3 blue vials in the easier mode if you do the character history, but in 300 mode you get nada. If you didn't choose Marina as your playable character, she can be seen creating a ritual circle in day 1 morning inside the train, and if you talk to her, she will give you the God of 300 skin Bible. Not only is this another reason why NPC Marina is just amazing, but this is very powerful. The God of 300 statue allows you to save without time progressing, which makes saving characters like San Marie easier. If you acquire the engrave skill and choose to engrave the symbol of the God in 300, you gain a boost in agility, which is really good because if you get that agility stat just high enough, it will allow you to get an extra turn in combat, and that's just really valuable. But there's one more thing it does that is tied to easy mode. You can use it up to 3 times before the statue breaks. That alone is broken as hell, but when you consider there are multiple ritual circles that allow you to draw the God of 300 symbol on it, that means, in theory, you can save up to 18 times if you want. Listen, I admit, I use it once or twice to save San Marie, but 18 times? That's more busted than the Book of Enlightenment. Remember, you get this for free if you don't choose to play as Marina. Another reason why she's the best girl. She is the best girl, by the way. My wife, my beautiful wife. She's so amazing! The test trick table, aka the Hexen, in the orphanage is usable, which is honestly really nice. There is only one place that the test trick table will always be spawned at. However, to get to that location is really difficult. So having another location where the test trick table spawns is really nice. Of course, Pakili will offer you the Hexen table services as well, but you go asleep, which comes at the cost of time moving forward. Ultimately, this addition allows the player to get new skills more conveniently. The playable character and party members are 50% more resistant against physical and magic attacks. Yep, that simply means you can endure more attacks. It's important to remember your odds of bleeding, infection, burning, poison, losing a limb, hell, a coin flip, etc. don't change in easier mode. I like this because it's part of the 300 experience. If Miro did increase those resistances too, then it would worsen the gameplay. Like, it would be too easy, and the game's identity would be lost in that mode. Also, doing some testing, you do hit harder as well, not because enemies are weaker, but they gain more defense on higher difficulty modes. Almost all of the traps are gone, apart from like one trap in the deepest woods, you know, where the owl boys ambush you. I know some traps are still in this mode, like the ones in the orphanage, but you just fall through holes into the basement. It's not really a trap, I mean, technically it is a trap, but you know what I mean. But what I really mean by traps are mines and bear traps. I don't know how I feel about this. Yes, it's nice you don't have to worry about the floor for 99% of the game, however, that's part of Fear and Hunger's identity. You are punished for running carelessly, but I guess it's okay for this mode. Hunger and mine take longer to drain. That's it. It's nothing wild, but hey, that's nice. When getting loot, you are more favored to get better items, and pipe bombs can be looted. Yes, you heard me. The strongest bomb that hits all limbs, all enemies with a 100% hit rate can be looted. It's really rare, like super rare, and all my hours of playing the game, I only got it once through a loot crate, and I used it on Needle Senpai. Take that, you stupid clown! And by the way, look at the requirements to make this bomb. Jesus! But in general, you'll get better items from chests and crates. The wiki does say more chest loots appear, but I'm not 100% sure. If you know, please tell me in the comments. So as I was playing easier mode, I actually managed to pick up a pipe bomb in a barrel. So here is me using it on Marina. This is only for demonstration purposes only. Do not do this to Marina, or else the submarine will find you. You have been warned. Most of the enemy ambushes, such as the mob, death masks, platoon, and my fave, Go Bros, are not in this mode. It's not a complete loss because Needle Senpai is still a friend easier mode, and I like this because needles alone is enough to teach the player about stalker enemies and ambushes. With each higher difficulty mode, you have to deal with more of them. Finally, logic has no second phase. It makes getting the A ending easier. That kind of sucks because her second phase design is honestly beautiful. But the thing is, easier mode is meant to give breathing room to the player, so it makes sense. And the first phase is still dangerous. I personally want to add that's not in the wiki or people mentioning is that for the most part, players and party members won't experience leg loss in easier mode. Let me be clear, it can happen. A few enemies can make your legs disappear. However, they have to use a certain skill. It has to land and it has to pass a success rate to remove the leg, meaning if you're careful and prep well for those encounters, you will never lose a leg. I played easier mode several times recently, not once did I lose a leg. It can happen, but it's really rare. And that's easier mode. I really love this mode. It's honestly a holiday compared to the other modes. It's nice that Miro made it so more people can experience the game while it stays true to its identity. You can still die really easily in this mode, but you have more breathing room. As I said before, playing this mode is a comfort for me. It helps me to relax, which is so wild, but it's true. On top of that, it also offers a unique experience, which is also cool. In my opinion, that's the best way to do difficulty modes. Even if you're a hardcore Maso player, please play easier mode. It's such a chill time. If I ever do a chill stream, playing 302 Termina on easier mode will be part of it. Fear and Hunger mode. This is the intended way to play the game. If there were no difficulty modes and only one default difficulty in Fear and Hunger 2 Termina, this will be the default difficulty. Let's talk about it. Remember the task trick table in the orphanage? Well, it's forever broken. It cannot be used ever. You can't fix it, you can't order a new one, nada. You have to use the one in Donovan's house or sleep to use Pilakili's services. Remember, time will progress when you sleep. All of the overworld traps are now present in this mode. Instant death from mines, bear traps removing legs, watch your step. Hunger and mine now drain faster. In my opinion, it's still generous, only draining a few seconds faster compared to easier mode, but that small difference means you can't ignore it. More enemy ambushes now appear, such as death masks and the mob. Fun! Fun! This is fun! When fighting logic, you have to deal with her second phase, which is good. She's beautiful, and it's also really great. The God of Fear and Hunger statue gives you one save, and then it breaks. Honestly, this is still powerful, as long as you use it wisely, but not as broken as free saves! Loot crates and chests are no longer altered to favor the player. You get no pipe bombs from them, and you're less likely to get better items as equipment. Honestly, it's all balanced now. The player and party members no longer get 50% resistance against physical and magic attacks. This means all fights are more dangerous now. And that's really it. And honestly, it's not anything too drastic compared to easier mode. The game is now less convenient for the player, and now offers new enemy encounters and problems the player has to deal with. In my opinion, it's a good stepping stone for players trying the normal mode. These little changes will help them become a better player. Maso mode! Here we go, the one you've been waiting for, the coolest difficulty mode. Unlike the other two modes, this one has one objective: to make this already cruel game into hell. I'm not joking. You know how I said that easier mode and fair and hunger mode are good stepping stones for the player to get better at the game? Maso mode wants to crush your will. It wants to take your will / motivation to play this game and burn it and then piss on its corpse. It wants to make you regret choosing this mode. So, with that all said, let's talk about Maso mode. This is where the fun begins! You know how we have 3 days to explore and make progress in Termina in the other difficulty modes? Well, oops! You dreamt for too long and now you wake up at day 3 at night. This is very bad for a few reasons. Number 1, most of the contestants are in their Moonstorch form, which means they are way more dangerous compared to their human form. Not to mention the ones that don't have a Moonstorch form will be dead, meaning no free souls for you! Number 2, you can't save the game through beds or the train seat. You do this and it's game over. Mr. Pakili will mock you for doing that, by the way. And you will turn into a Moonstorch monster. How fun! You have to use a Book of Enlightenment or a God of Fear and Hunger statue to save. But remember, they are random drops now. You may never get them in a run. If you make a mistake, most likely the run is pretty much over and you gotta start again. Number 3. The party members you can gain in this mode are limited because, you know, they're all monsters now. Ooh. You need to have Necromancy, the Blood Golem skill, and the necessary Skin Bible for the GOAT! They have their uses and will be so helpful in this mode. However, we all know that regular party members are way more better. It's quite depressing that in this mode your only friends are dead people, a Blood Golem born to serve you, and the GOAT. But the GOAT is pretty cool, so that's okay. So yeah, starting on day 3 night is pretty bad. The test trick table in the orphanage can be used once. Then the Go Bros will destroy it. Wait, who are the Go Bros? They are the exclusive boss in this game mode. They will mess you up. If you run away from them without finishing them off at the orphanage, they get a level up and learn the stalking ability, and they will stalk you and ambush you outside in Primeval. Fun, fun, fun! This is fun! So much fun! This already difficult game is just more fun now! I won't lie, I love them. Not only do they have moves that lower your max HP, have an instant kill skill, but in my headcanon, they were trapped in a cell in the orphanage, and since you're normal and not moonstorched, they think you're the one that locked them in the cell, so they go after you. Sorry for the little sidetrack. I love the Go Bros so much. All the enemies are now 50% more resistant to physical and magical attacks. 50% doesn't sound so bad, right? No, it's pretty bad, it's bad! Going for the limbs is out of the question, because it now takes more attacks to remove them, and by that point the dangerous ones have done the damage. That makes even the villagers into boss level enemies. Very scary. But that does mean DLTs is the meta. Some enemies can resist some of them, but once it lands, it will kill them in time. It's really powerful. The player character and party members take 150% more damage from all damage types. Not only do regular enemies tank more damage, they do even more back to the player. I know that sounds bad. No, it's bad. It's really, really bad. If they land a good hit on you, you're dead. Even if you wore really good armor, have high defense, attacks will still lower your health to near death. Agility is so important in this mode. Rusty nails make a comeback. They will appear in this mode. You step on them, you gain a bleed and infection status. Honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. It still sucks to step on one, but it's very manageable. Hunger and Mind are drained even quicker now. The other two modes were fair, this isn't. 13 seconds for Hunger to drop, and 6 seconds for Mind to drop. That's really quick. You cannot waste your time in this mode. If I'm being honest, Hunger shouldn't be a problem. In my last Fear and Hunger 2 Termina video, I explained you gain so much food to make up for the large amount of pie members you can get in the game. In this mode, they're all dead or moonstorched, meaning you can keep the food for yourself. It's the mind that's the problem. There are 2 places that you can idle to gain it back, but you're better off finding resources to keep restoring it, aka the item that leaks mind. Loot drops are modded to give less favourable items in general. I need to do more testing, but it feels like your chances to get the better items are lowered. Let me know if that's happened to you. Also, all cloth fragments are replaced with dirty toilet paper. I remember I thought this was a bug because I kept getting toilet paper and I was like, what the hell is up with my luck? It can't be this bad. When I read it replaced a cloth fragment, it all made sense. And it feels bad, man. It feels so bad. More enemy ambushes! Yay! All the death masks appear. More bellends and Poe will spawn in a room that has a radio in it. And of course, I can't forget the platoon will appear in the ruined streets of Primeval. And you gotta deal with it. It's a mandatory fight. Finally, there's one more. This mechanic makes this mode iconic, and I left it till last. And it's kinda a controversial one. Well, one aspect of it is, in my opinion. In the game, the villagers will talk about the moon's gaze, and it kinda seduces them. It influences them, corrupts them. In Meso mode, if you stay outside for too long, you will become moonscorched. I like this. It's really cool and fits with what's happening with the game. It's like the lore of Termina is happening in real time. It's so cool. I really love this mechanic. The wiki goes into a lot of detail about how the mechanic works, and it's really useful. When you're outside, the game will tell you that the moon god has noticed you. The timer will begin, and you'll have 68 seconds before you turn into a moonscorched monster. Timer will reset once you enter a building or killed an enemy. The timer will fluctuate when the map transitions. You may gain additional time or lose some. This can vary. I did some testing, no joke, the timer just started. I went through one map transition and suddenly I had like 20 seconds before the animation started to happen. I even watched other playthroughs, and yeah, some of them had no time at all. I really love this. It fits so well with the game and its cruel nature. I even asked my bestie if this sort of mechanic would be in the SMT games, because she adores the Sigma Tensei series, and Miro also loves the Sigma Tensei series as well. The butterfly that can be seen in Fahrenheit 2 is straight up from the Sigma Tensei spin-off series called Persona. Some of the designs of the monsters are straight up from the older SMT games, and even some of the mechanics from the Sigma Tensei games are really similar to the Fahrenheit ones. My bestie explained when recruiting demons, you can choose the best dialogue options and they can still screw you over due to RNG. It's perfect. Fahrenheit and SMT were made for each other. For real, if you love the Fahrenheit games and how cool they are, please check out the Sigma Tensei games, because they are just as cruel. And in a weird way, both of these games are famous for gatekeeping players, so yeah, they're a match made in heaven. As I mentioned earlier, there's one aspect to this mechanic that honestly isn't good, in my opinion. And that is, in certain dialogue, timer will continue to count down when talking to NPCs in the outside. Yes, you heard me. In this game, there are some conversations that take place outside, and they can't be avoided. It turns out some of them will pause the timer, but others won't. I don't like this at all. I lost a run in Meso mode because of this. In my opinion, just make it so the timer pauses in all conversations outside. Even my bestie agrees and told me even the SMT series won't do that to the player. That's just cheap. I know some of you will say just prep beforehand, sure, but I want consistency. Listen, a game could be super cruel and difficult and gatekeep the players, but if it's consistent, that's not a problem. Say what you want about the random timer going up and down, that's consistent. I want to be clear, I love this feature a lot, and it defines the game. Just fix the dialogue stuff with the timer, okay Miro, please? Now, saying all that, there is one benefit to the player when playing on Meso mode. All shops will be opened. That's nice, I guess, but the shop that really matters is the one that's always open, aka Kaffa's. But hey, at least there's an extra place to hide to avoid the moon god's sight. And that's the difficulty modes in Fahrenheit 2 Termina. So far! Woo. Honestly, I love them all for the most part, and in my opinion, this is how difficulty modes should work. It's not just easier or harder encounters, but they all offer you a unique experience. Each mode has their own unique situations. Yes, it does this end of making you take more damage, you deal less damage, and enemies are tanked, etc, yada yada, but you gain something different that stays true to the core of what Fahrenheit is. You can get all the endings on any mode, and optional boss fights aren't locked behind a difficulty mode. In a way, depending on the difficulty you choose, reflects on how her feels. You choose easier mode, the moon god feels merciful. Fahrenheit mode, her feels indifferent. But Meso mode, her isn't just looking for blood, he's going to make sure you have a bad time. In addition, a cool feature is that you unlock skills depending on the difficulty mode and which ending you get. And that's awesome. And that's it. Again, if I made a mistake or left something out, please let me know. But don't go just yet. I want to give a massive love and shout out to Kuma for making such a fantastic avatar used for the thumbnail of this video. Marina's expression is just perfect, and it really captures the difficulty modes in Termina. Their links are in the description of this video. I absolutely adore working with Kuma, and I'm grateful too. They totally deserve more love and support. So what are you waiting for? Go to the description and support Kuma now. They do make the naughty stuff, but that shouldn't stop you from checking them out. So what are you waiting for? Support Kuma now! Or else the moon god will take notice of you. That means he's going to turn you into a moonscorched monster. So, you know, support Kuma now. Do it! Support Kuma now!